Hello, I'm Sean Dana, Senior Manager of Business and Donor Relations at Silver Key. Today, I want to introduce you to the Silver Lining Alliance. We are starting up the Silver Lining Alliance here in the month of January 2022 because we know that there are friends of Silver Key throughout our community who want to be part of this important, prestigious society. So how do you become part of the Silver Lining Alliance? You can become part of the Silver Lining Alliance by choosing to leave us in your estate plans through a bequest or as a beneficiary of certain pieces of your estate, or by making at least a $1,000 annual contribution each and every year. Many of our donors love to give both of those things. They love to give on a regular basis very generously so that they can see the good that they're doing, they can see their legacy beginning to form while they're still here. Others prefer to leave larger sums later when they no longer need those resources for themselves or for their families. And so they want to further the mission and purpose of Silver Key through those donations. And that's the exact purpose of the Silver Lining Alliance. Today, I have with me one of our first members of the Silver Lining Alliance, Mr. Greg Brockleman. Thanks so much for showing up for Silver Key in lots of different ways. We're excited to get to know you a little bit better. What I think is that once people get to know you, they're going to see themselves in you and the choices that you've been making as far as how you want to partner with Silver Key now and into the future. So thanks for being here with us today. So how did you come to be part of Silver Key?
I moved to Colorado Springs in 1978 with a job. Shortly after that, my mother-in-law, who lived in Salt Lake City, fell and broke her hip. My wife, being an only child, went back to Salt Lake to take care of her mother. And while she was there, you can call it selfishness on my part, I suppose, but I thought I didn't get married to be a bachelor. Maybe she should move over with us if she would do that. So that's what happened. Anyway, about 6 years later, she fell and broke her hip again in our mother-in-law apartment in our house. And she was in the hospital and had some PT, and then she was ready to come home, and the nurse said she's going to need some stuff at home, like a walker, a brace to let herself down on the toilet and stuff like that. And my wife said, well, where do I go to buy that stuff? And she said, you can go to Silver Key. So that's how I first got associated with Silver Key.
So is it fair to say that the time that you've been spending serving Silver Key, would you say that your passion for Silver Key as an organization and our mission, you feel like that has grown through your service?
Well, it's definitely grown because I know a lot more about Silver Key now than I did back then. I've served on the board of directors, and I've served on several different campaigns, including the capital campaign that bought these buildings, and I also worked some in the pantry for about a year and a half. So I got to know a lot of the older people that come in every month to get food, and to see what the needs are really out there.
How have you seen your contributions at work since you've been volunteering?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Without mentioning numbers, my required minimum distribution, or RMD as it's usually called, 2 years in a row supported the capital campaign. Beautiful campus here now compared to what we used to see over on the Bottom location. Those are some of the bigger ones. Otherwise, it's what I give annually every year. That goes to the general fund, I guess. I always donate to the area of greatest need.
Right.
I don't try to tell them where they got to spend my money.
Sure. Yep.
So
that's true. We really appreciate you being part of this today, and we believe that this interview is going to inspire tens of thousands of people to come alongside Silver Key so we can continue long into the future. So I really appreciate your time with us today.
Well, I think you're right. I think it will, and I invite people who have the means to do so to join me.
Join Greg, and together we can ensure that your legacy and heart for older adults continues so that the value, worth, and needs of all seniors are identified and honored. Learn more and be a part of such an impactful alliance. Call or visit us online today.